Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to NinjaTrader Live. Oh, I didn't expect that. One moment. I got to hit my volume button. All right. Let's try that again. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to NinjaTrader Live. My name is Jim Cagnina, Senior Market Strategist. I am joined by Tracy Shuchart, aka Shy Girl, Senior Economist. We're going to talk some hot commodities today, in particular gold, silver, crude, and the Bitcoin. Tracy, how you doing?
I am doing good. Worth mentioning before we start, during the break, we did have a press conference with the White House press secretary on the tariff situation that evolved overnight. They really didn't say anything new. Obviously, they are planning to. Well, they did file an appeal. They want this to go all the way to the Supreme Court. And they mentioned that they have other levers to pull, which I did mention this morning, which is Section 232, 122, and 301, which we went over this morning. So nothing new from the administration, but they want us to know that they are very on top of it.
So that begs the question, is it a good idea to actually take this through the Supreme Court? So going forward, we know that, we know who could do what in terms of these types of tariffs going forward?
I think, I think ultimately they want to do that because each time a judge has gotten involved in the administration's affairs, it has sort of been from, district or smaller courts and from the opposite party. And so I think they want to take this to the Supreme Court where it's a more balanced decision. That said, they firmly believe that the court system is being abused and they're infringing, and I'm quoting what she said, infringing on the rights that Congress has given to the President of the United States. That is a loose quote of what she said.
Got it. Totally makes sense. Totally makes sense. Well, thanks for that update. Let's get right into it. Let's go right to the gold charts. What is going on in gold today?
So gold was, fascinating because we started the day in deep negative territory, but we did, now we're up. Um, most of the market has reversed the overnight move entirely. As well as most of the commodities, but gold in particular has made sort of an outsized move from negative to positive territory. Again, risk, you know, risk off. Gold is still a safe haven, and just goes to show that these dips still continue to be bought in this market.
Yeah, and that's really highlighted on the daily chart here. I mean, we've only had one close, and it was barely a big close below that 8 EMA over the last 7, 8, 9 days. And so it's kind of tracking nicely. It wants to be priced above that 8 EMA right here. And to your point, there's a huge buyer's wick at the bottom of this candle. It's more than 50%
Mhm.
of the entire candle itself. So buyers stepped in and said, no, no, no. We're reversing this bad downtrend idea. Stochastics are moving up kind of nicely here as well. And on the intraday, there was all sorts of interesting levels on the intraday that I thought were pretty good. We had the London initial balance, which, a little bit of a rally, but no follow through after that until, I don't know, 6:30 in the morning. And then we ended up bumping up to that call resistance at 0 DTA gamma wall, right around 33.25. Then, boom, rallied into the New York initial balance as well. Kind of a small range, actually, now that I think about it. And we maxed out at that Jax 3 level, right? We traded through the Jax 1, we traded through the previous session's highs. Couldn't get any more effort up to that Jax 3, and we kind of settled right back down to the R1 pivot level right now. And probably that's where we're going to settle for the day. So nice kind of rally here today. It was kind of rally, pause, rally, pause, rally, pause. And that's where we're at 33.43. And while we're on metals, Tracy, I have to ask you about silver. Silver has an interesting daily chart as well.
So definitely, silver is an interesting daily chart. Still kind of waiting for a breakout. What we, the fundamental situation that we keep talking about has not changed. There's still a deficit. What is interesting, though, is that we did have Goldman Sachs come out and they expect, it was Bank of America came out and they project silver to reach $40 by late 2025 and gold to reach 4,000. So that sort of came out. Again, we kind of been, we keep hitting those key resistance levels. So we'll see if we can make it over this.
Yeah, I mean, this has been going on. This kind of consolidation area has been going on since April to, tax day, April 15th. We have some support there at 32 spot 25, and then the resistance. Yeah, we got one candle above it, but the resistance really is at 33 spot 66 right now. So relatively sideways market. Now, a couple things. Today's candle is an outside bar. It's a green candle. The body is even an outside body of the previous candle. And we kind of are above all the moving averages now, at least my key moving averages, the 821 and the 50. At the bottom here also, though, one thing that's a little ominous, we have a cross under on the stochastics. We don't really have a lot of separation yet between the two lines, but it's enough to be on my radar screen. But right now, it just seems like we keep trying to break through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, almost 6 out of 7 days, we're trying to break into that top rectangle area on my chart. So that's kind of bullish, I think. Intraday, we had a capital P as in Paul shaped volume profile distribution with the point of control. Oh, we're almost perfectly aligned with the point of control from a price point right now, 33 spot 42. We did hit that Mentor Q, 1-day max to a T. I say this every day. You got to check out those Mentor Q levels. That 1-day max, we just tagged it. That's kind of defining the top of today's area. On the bottom, really, we never went any lower than the initial balance during the New York Open. Kind of the pivot was right there as well, along with 0 DTE call resistance and 0 DTE gamma wall. So this is a little less orderly of a rally because we had that big retracement, but after the Open in the U.S., we kept it rolling. So that's pretty good. So Tracy, let's shoot over to crude. I know we had some inventory numbers come out.
So we did have inventory numbers come out. It was a bullish number, but again, there are sort of some overriding factors in this market that are influencing this market today, I should say. First, we still have yet to hear from Saudi Arabia and OPEC Plus about those increases for July projection. We will find that out this weekend. We also have kind of some economic concerns where we saw a report showing GDP had decreased by 0.2% in the first quarter of 2025. That was not kind of indicating a potential slowdown in the markets. And also kind of, not that it was outside the norm in those claims and continuing claims, but it was a bit higher than expected. And so those factors are kind of indicating a slowdown, perhaps a slowdown in the market, which crude is always opposed to. So it's more worried about kind of the data that we got this morning, this impending decision by Saudi Arabia, more so than it is by inventories today.
Got it. And that makes sense. That's clear on the chart, I think, today. We do have this area support we're kind of up against right now, approximately 60 spot 84, how I have my rectangle drawn on the bottom of this consolidation. And remember, consolidation started on May 15th. So it's been going on for 10 plus days. On the upside, I see some resistance up here at 62.41. We have a lot of big wicks that have gone through it right now, but now we're kind of shooting for the bottom of my consolidation range, and there's big wicks into that area as well. So we'll see if that continues. Stochastics are, gently sloping down, which is a little bit bearish, but nothing to worry about. On an intraday chart, we had this LVN. I'm going to try to impress the OrderFlow Labs guys. This low volume, price unhappiness area right here I have drawn, and we never, ever recovered. We sold through it. Then we had our initial balance, and this area, this low volume node, is really defining is really defining the New York Open forward regular trading hours as resistance right now, and that's 61.27. We almost got to the 1 day min, that Menthol Q 1 day min, and the high vol level down around 60.47. Didn't quite make it. So pretty nice continuous sell off. And then we hit price happiness, point of control. We're all right there right now. Last but not least, we got to talk about the Bitcoin. What is going on?
The Bitcoin. So, obviously this chart is very interesting. One fact I thought was interesting today is why we saw Bitcoin kind of slightly negative today. We have seen Ethereum surge over 3%. Now, we did get some numbers in as far as flows, which I think are very important. I think those institutional flows are really propelling these crypto markets higher. And so we have Ether, which is stronger than Bitcoin today, had an estimated 84 million net inflows on May 28th. Leading the pack was BlackRock's iShares Ethereum Trust, which bought 52 million. Then we also had the spot Bitcoin ETFs that had an estimated 431 million in net inflows. BlackRock again alone saw 479 million in new investment. Again, that 431 is a net number. And then we also had the numbers over the last 5 weeks for Bitcoin, and that over the last 5 weeks, U.S. Bitcoin ETFs have seen 9 billion with a B in inflows. So amazing numbers. So no wonder this market is going higher. It is being propelled by institutional money for certain.
Yeah, it certainly is amazing. I don't even have a fib line drawn. It just because we haven't really retraced to a level. I could just tell by looking at it. This is a daily candle. Yeah, we have a little bit of a downtrend in the last 4 days, really the last 2 days, to be honest with you. And we're right in my area of support / resistance right now. I'm not really too worried. I mean, the moving averages are moving up nicely. The ADMA is starting to show be a little fragile, but again, I'm not worried about it. We are still overbought on the stochastics, though, with a little bit of a cross under rather, on the stochastic. So we'll keep our eye on it. We'll see if we can get more of a retracement. But right now, it's still looking pretty strong. Intraday wise, we ended up at the pivot in the high vol level right around 107, 107,000. Man, it's hard to say that because I'm not used to markets trading this big. And we kind of had a nice orderly sell-off, right? So the initial balance kind of really set the tone for the day. A little bit of a fight back in the half hour after that, but that was that. And we ended up kind of selling off, just kind of resting right at that S1 level and no other areas of interest below at the moment. So we'll see if we get continuation selling tomorrow or not in the Bitcoin. In the meantime, Tracy, that is our hot commodity report. Thank you for being here with us.
Well, thank you, and I'll see everybody in the chat. Have fun with the order flow, guys.
All right, all right. And that is exactly what we're going to do. We always have fun with the order flow, guys, because these guys are cool cats. Hey,
What's up?
What's up, Jim?
how you guys doing? We have Leo in the house. We have Stowe in the house doing double duty today. And Stowe's cat is somewhere in the background.
He's chilling. He's passed out.
He's chilling. He's passed out. That's awesome. Well, anyway, how's everything going, guys?
Pretty good. I'm trying to buy the low here and see if we can't get an end of day rally.
All right, you got a trade on. Let's check that out.
There you go. Nice long, bud.
I mean, this is kind of I don't know, it's kind of a textbook trade for me. We have a really good low and coming back to retest it. I actually bought a little bit up here in the prior day close area. Got out a little bit of it and then stopped out on the rest. And then, when it kind of liquidated from that, the trade idea here was just, I saw a bunch of buyers come in kind of right when you guys started talking on hot commodities. and I started a little position and scaled out a little bit. I'm trying to ride some of it into the close here.
So Leo, let me ask you, did you enter after it was clear that the making new lows was going to fail?
No, I don't think it was ever clear that it was going to fail. I just saw a bunch of buyers, like a whole host of buyers hitting the tape right around that turn. And that's really what got me interested in the long.
Yeah.
So I got in a little bit late on this area, but it's not bad.
All right. Well, I like it. I definitely like it. So, guys, good luck today. I'll be in the chat with Shai, and we'll be taking notes.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jim.
Stowe.
Leo, my brother. How are you,
We
my
meet
friend?
again. I have some beef to pick with you, sir.
Oh, cool. That's good. I've had a bad
Yeah.
enough day. Let's just pile that on too. Let's go.
Oh, poor Stowe.
Poor Stowe. I traded like a boy, it's hard to find a clean word for this, but
A clean word is in not a bad word.
yeah, it's hard. Yeah. Today's been a
Okay.
challenge not to curse. I've certainly cursed plenty off air, but
Yeah, I mean, there's times where you're cursing and throwing your hats, and then there's times where you're just chilling.
just chilling. What's your beef? Tell me. What you got?
Nah, I'm just joking.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
have any beef.
You hadn't gotten far enough into the beef bit.
Well, you know what? Actually, this isn't beef, but I was, earlier this morning when you were on, you were talking about the protein coffee that
Yeah.
I kind of tipped you off to, and I was like, dang, I'm gonna make one of those for the afternoon. So I just sucked one of those down like maybe 45 minutes ago.
Nice.
So
I had to
I'm caffeinated and protein driven.
I had to resist making a second one.
Oh, you always got to do the second one.
Almost I almost just put some bourbon in this mug, to be honest with you.
Well, let's hear about your day.
Well, I had a really good so I made a ton of mistakes today. Let's own them, because you guys get to see my performance, so you're gonna find out anyways how bad today went. It just rejected that VWAP from this peak.
Shh, hush.
If I was in the chicken right now, I would have shorted that. But so what happened is I got a really good sell that I worked very hard to get into. Now this is my, I don't know if kryptonite's the word, but this is my least favorite day to trade. So I was already working in enemy territory, we'll say, but I got this good sell off here. Jim magically said, "Hey, I like that entry," right before it liquidated like 150 points.
I was watching.
So Jim has magic powers
Banger.
confirmed.
Yep.
Thank you. And then I proceeded actually, I figured out what I could say. I sucked 1,000 butts for the remainder of the day, trying to get continuation from this big sell, and all it did was just squeeze in my face the whole time. If you look very closely, you can see me get stopped out at the absolute high of 483.75. And then, then it just kind of devolved into a bunch of chasey entries, a bunch of early stuff. The kicker, the real mistake I made, is that I was not paying attention to my chart trader, and I had sized down because I knew that I was in a tricky spot, and I was in drawdown for the day. So one thing I try to protect myself against is oversizing to make up a loss. This is a lesson I've learned many times the hard way. You get in a drawdown and you're like, well, if I triple my size, I can get out of this a lot faster. All I need is one trade. There's a lot of horrible things that you can tell yourself like this when you're in drawdown.
Mm-hmm.
And so what happened was I had this size down to 1. I was in a couple lots, and when one of those lots got taken off, it reset to 4 because that's what I have my bracket default as.
Right.
So for a lot of this, instead of being in 4 lots, I was in 12 lots, and that was not a winning mistake. So we have to own that. We have to own that execution error. it's the trader's fault. It's my responsibility to make sure I'm entering and exiting with my proper size intention. And yeah, I was just in drawdown and feeling like garbage. So yeah, I let my mental slip there too.
What's
So
the
it's
damage?
it's a plethora of damage. It's probably, 1,000 clams, something like that. It wasn't great.
Well, you
It
got
was
some work to do. You got your work
yeah.
cut out for you.
I got some work to do to come out of that. But, you know, it happens. It also is, I mean, it's apropos because it's like I started the new account. Anytime I do something like that, make a change, yeah, it something like that bites my mental somehow, and I always end up needing to recover from it. So I guess another journey like that is in the books for me.
It sounds very, very character building.
Yeah, I mean,
I've
it's
had a
either
lot
gonna.
of those character building moments, and I continue to have them in my trading career, to be honest.
Yep.
So I don't let it knock you down too hard, my man.
Nah, it'll be okay. Um, yeah, losses are part of it. And the other thing too is like being able to come back from a mistake like that and come back the right way also feels really good. And I've got those reps in my book too. Like, you make a big execution mistake, you tilt, you do any of those things. I'm still susceptible to all that stuff. Like, I'm not a professional. I've only been doing this for 4 years. So you guys get to watch me trade good and bad. And some of it's gonna not be very good. I'm gonna make, costly mistakes with size. That sucks. That one's more annoying than anything.
Right.
But being able to regroup and come back from that is, just as important as being able to make good trades and execute all the time.
So I think we've talked about this before, but I don't remember. I know that you've had obviously this isn't your first, bad day. It won't be your last.
Yeah.
What do you do to recover like from the bad day? And then how do you kind of build your momentum back up to, your A game?
Well, I think one of the biggest mistakes I just have, I'll have to spend. I've kind of spent all day doing it anyways, but I'll spend a lot of time on this day and going back through it. But it's the typical day that kills me. I just let it kill me. A big sell day that finds a spot and gets squeezed, and I don't. My brain didn't figure out how to flip the bias, and so flipping a bias is really hard to do. So you either have to be able to do it and keep your stops tight. But yeah, I mean, I just didn't want to because I was like, this is going to keep selling. This is a trend down day. And I was just early the whole day. So that's going to be a big part of my review process too.
Mm-hmm.
But this day is my kryptonite, and I could
What
either
part
not.
of the day is kryptonite? Like just that it's down day, or like
Yeah, I can't manage the reversal continuation on a down day as well as I can manage it on an up day. I don't know why. That has always been a struggle for me. So, like, I'm way early, and I think that
way early on like continuation type trades?
right,
Like
way early
you're
on
way in the
ads.
shorts. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I think that's one thing you do really well on like trend day up, just kind of days that go up is, you kind of press into those highs, right,
Right.
as the market's moving.
Yeah.
And the thing about sell like days that are down days intraday is that those some of the rallies that snap back are hard and fast, and they're kind of relentless, right?
Yep.
We've talked about that before.
No.
And
Yeah.
so I think that one thing you should consider is on a trend down or a down day, because I wouldn't call this a trend down necessarily.
Not anymore. Yeah.
It's a down day, right? But we found a bottom and we've kind of made a couple of new lows, but it's not like a true trend day. But like there's some pretty large rallies, right? And so keeping that in mind, I think is important when the market is selling. That you want to be very, very specific about entries or re-entries or ads or anything like that when the market is going down or like has that downward pressure.
Yep. Yeah,
It's a different trade. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No,
It's
no worries.
it's definitely a different trade than, when the market's trending up, you can kind of get away with, buying high and buying higher and buying higher. Where some of these down move days, they rally pretty hard back a lot to pick up new sellers.
Yep. Yeah, it's just I got in the old trap of treating this continuation like long continuation. And yeah, that bit me. I don't know when we talked about that. I think it was last summer.
Yeah.
That bit me really hard last summer.
Right.
And I've done a good job since. And
I got one out at 400 there from
nice.
the 33s.
There you go, homie. But your mistakes are gonna, my mistakes are gonna, circle back around every, however long. The thing that I try to do for myself is just to make the distance between those mistakes get longer every time I make them. So I think I made that mistake last like August or September. And it's the end of May, I think. Is it June? No, it's the end of May. So it's the end of May, and that was a pretty good stretch,
Yeah.
8 months in between. So maybe I can go a year in between.
Mm-hmm.
That would be cool.
Well, that's good, man. Do you take a break? I know that there's kind of, a couple of ways to go about, kind of resetting. Do you take any time away from the charts, or do you just kind of grind through it?
Nah, I don't. I found that actually Tanya mentioned this on her Twitter the other day, and I thought that was interesting. She does the same thing. Her context was a little different, but when I take time away from the charts, like I get out of reps. I get out of practice, and so that will confuse me even more.
Yeah.
If I'm not watching the market every day. So I'm still going to participate for sure. I just have to kind of pretend this didn't happen. I'm going to review it extensively, and then I remove it from my brain best I can, and I just open the next door and do my best with the next day. Because like, if you sit in this and like you wallow in it for long enough, you can make yourself feel bad enough that that's going to affect your trading negatively too. So, so yeah, I'll still be chilling. I'll still be slinging tomorrow a little bit.
Nice.
I normally take Fridays off anyway, but I know I'll mess around in the morning, see what it does. I'll be curious to see the reaction this day. The whole thing was just like I've shown this a couple. You pulling up your high time frame too?
Hang on, there's something going on here.
Oh my.
A little bit of kind of a really aggressive push right through the 76 right here.
Did you see all that wacky delta at previous day close earlier too?
Yeah.
I also took a shot at that long. Previous day close is like right under the IB low. That was a big push.
They might have to
previous day low is here.
Force me out of this a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah, I just don't like, none of my stuff is working today. Yeah, maybe they're just rejecting the previous day low. So that's my sign that like I should have backed off, but I didn't back off at all.
I just bought a couple more there. what I would expect to see now is, we rally and make a new high intraday, like cover at 405 into these 412s, and then look for basically a rotation back up into this range.
Yeah. I mean,
The
the
buying
volume,
is pretty aggressive. It's just they need to
the
put
profile
some
looks
gas on it.
pretty balanced, and so that's why I was,
Yeah.
kept being shocked at these liquidations. Like once we got back up in here, I was trying to play, rotational, and get these exhaustive pops, like they weren't being exhaustive.
Yeah.
Price was kept pressing through them until, of course, the last one where I finally got stopped out. So yeah, I just don't. My read just was bad today. That was a good ad there, dude, for sure.
Thanks.
Nice bubble. But yeah, you can't be awesome all the time. You got to take your medicine at some point. The market is not. It's not a free money glitch.
I
What's
wish
the
it
thing-
was. Sometimes it feels that way, and I think that's when you get kind of caught, is when you have those hot runs. I hate to call them a hot run, but you just kind of you're reading everything right. You're kind of really in line, and then you just have that day where it's just like knocks you back. Like, all
Yep.
right, I'm not that smart.
Yep.
I think
What
it's
did you-
actually good to have those too, because it keeps you grounded.
What's your saying? You say it's the hardest easy money you can make. I forget.
I don't remember. I don't have a lot of
You got
sayings.
a lot of sayings. You do. You just don't think you do.
Uh,
Maybe I'll go back through all the podcast episodes and I'll make like a 12-month calendar. Would you like that for Christmas?
No.
A 12-month calendar of your own sayings?
No.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll make it for me.
Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that.
I've got lots of good product ideas. I feel like you kind of rejected my Federal Reserve collectible trading cards. I felt like
Wait,
that was
what?
really good. You told me that idea was insane. I think it's great.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Okay, so you know how we have all the people on the Fed boards, the Fed people that talk. I think they need trading cards, collectible trading cards.
Like baseball cards?
Yeah, but Fed people. Yes.
That's crazy.
See, that's what you say, but is it crazy or is it a really good idea? There's probably a fine line.
What does the chat think?
Okay, chat. Do you think this is crazy? Or actually, I haven't read the chat at all. I should get in there and do that.
Hang on. Somebody asked about this trade. Why on that little dump did you want to buy instead of thinking it was to drop further? Well, I mean, so I was watching it for both. Honestly, I was watching it for, should I just cut this trade? Or, should I just add to this? Because like, if you look at the structure of this trade, it's kind of the same thing, this idea. So like, we have this big impulse move, we come back and kind of retest near that area. We have this little impulse move right here to kind of come retest it, and there's prior day low right there. And there was a bunch of selling aggressively into that low, and then it was immediately bought. And so I just figured, okay, well, maybe this is a little exhaustive, a little stop run. So that's a great ad for me. Also, like if you continue to push lower, I'm just going to bail out of the trade. So it's just kind of a moment in time where it's a great spot for a real entry if I wasn't already long. So I just want to add there when it looks like it was just kind of an exhaustive little stop run from this little distribution right here.
Did you just answer that question so you couldn't see everybody saying how good my Fed trading card?
No, tell me.
idea is?
Tell me what the chat says.
The chat is filled with with this rules.
Still,
You're
I
a
think they're
genius.
trolling you.
I disagree. The chat would never do that. Number one,
Huge money maker with the kids. Yeah,
Yeah.
Kids are going to be trading FOMC member cards.
Who knows?
Stowe.
Dude, kids dream of growing up to be economists and stuff, do they not?
No.
I couldn't make it. I really tried to straight face that. It didn't work.
Fed the gathering.
Fed the gathering. Yeah, yeah.
Do you know what? This will only come from a person like you. You like you're like I bet you had like pogs when you were growing up.
I still have pogs.
And
thanks.
hacky sacks.
Yeah, that's right. Whoa.
See?
I do still have my
I know.
pogs. I think they're actually back here on the shelf.
All right, I'm gonna trim some right here just because I want to continually be taking some base hits, and we paused here earlier, so it could be an area where we reject. So I just took half off, pull my stop up back to 350, and the reason that I don't talk about moving stops or moving to break even or anything like that. Normally when I'm trading like a kind of a range, I'll leave my stop where it was or where it needs to be, I guess. Not really move it around. But since we added, obviously our price becomes, our average price becomes a little worse. But to be honest, like if we test back into this range, I don't want to be in this long anymore.
What are pogs? You guys don't know what pogs are? I don't even know.
Tamaguchis.
Old enough for pogs.
I remember Tamaguchis.
So pogs are like these tiny pieces of cardboard that circles, and they have a logo on them or something like a silly cartoon. I remember my most valuable one was free OJ, and it had OJ Simpson's face on it because that's how old this was. It was in the 90s. And what happens is you play against your friends, and you all stack up the pogs upside down, and you have this other part of the pog game called a slammer. What you do with the slammer is...
Oh, look at that.
Word.
Just got stopped.
What a party.
Whoever's watching this stream just to stop me out of this trade is kind of wild.
Mm-hmm.
There must be a little bit of
you take the
drop.
slammer, you slam it on the pogs, and however many you flip up, you get to keep, and then whoever ends up with the most pogs at the end of the game, they're the winner. And typically also you're betting some pogs with each other. So if I beat my friend, I get 2 of his pogs, etc. Now I had a slammer that easily weighed 10 pounds. It had a holographic T-Rex on it. That thing was incredible.
I remember those things.
Undefeatable, the holographic T-Rex.
And I kind of want to jump back in this.
Oh, Just Gary's got a question for me. Hey, bud. Do you ever think NFTs were a good investment idea? If yes, then your trading cards are probably a good idea. I see what you did there. That's kind of an insult because no, I did not think that paying money for PNGs was a good idea. No.
I'm just gonna start this small. I tried one entry and got stopped out basically right away. But
was that court news? I don't even know what this court news is. Somebody blocked the tariffs and then they're trying to unblock the tariffs. I can't keep up with the I can't keep up with the thing.
Appeals court reinstates tariffs during appeal.
Yeah, see, Nick loves this idea. He just says, "Sir, my holographic Jerome Powell card is recession proof."
Jeez.
Yeah, the kids are gonna love this. I'm gonna get with Jim on this. Well, he'll help me design them because he knows, he knows all the Fed people better than I do. We'll give him like characteristics.
I heard he was interviewing to be a Fed chair.
Well, that's the goal. I'm tentatively signed up to be his campaign manager. So we're working on our strategy right now.
Gotcha. I'm gonna add a couple more.
Ooh, NJ had some sweet Mortal Kombat pogs. That is cool. That is cool. Whoa, Dope Book Futures had a Scorpion Slammer. See? These are my people. They know what pogs are. They like my Fed trading card idea. I appreciate you guys.
I don't have friends. I got family.
I got family.
He's such a G.
I'm not JD Florida Man. I'm not trolling. Honestly, everything I say is completely true. I'm never not serious about, especially about dumb ideas. I take dumb ideas extremely seriously. This is also how I also recover from having a really bad trading day. I like to make jokes like this. It makes me happy. So we're doing 2 things at once right now.
This is Stowe's counseling session.
Yeah, kind of.
Just go to therapy, man.
I mean, therapy's fine. I like therapy too.
Come on, baby. Push out of here. No.
I don't know, man. Yeah. I wish I had I wish I had a clue how to get into either side of this thing right now, but I don't.
You know, there's a 10 lot bracket on NQ right now. Do you know that?
Is there?
It's
Are they
like,
doing oh, yep. Yeah, they're sliding
it's
that dumb
4
thing
points
around.
away on both sides.
I hate that thing.
Yeah, it is kind of annoying. All right, I'm gonna trim down this.
Stupid robots.
I'll just wait till we either stop out or push away and add. Obviously, I want to see that push away. What bracket? So, in ES, there's usually a bracket, basically like a bracketing algo. It never takes fills, but it just has the resting orders between the, from a certain number of way of the last traded price. And there's one on NQ right now that's about 4 points away. It's a 10 lot. So there's a 10 lot on the bid, about 4 points away from the last traded price. And then there's one 4 points away on the offer. So it basically moves up and down with the last traded price.
This dude really wants me to put a trade on. As much as you might think that I'm constantly in a trade because that's all that I'm up to, if I don't have an idea what to do, like I can't put a trade on. And we're just like sitting at previous day low right now. I just don't feel good about it. Like I said, I've literally been wrong for, I don't know how long's the market been open, 6 hours. I've been wrong for 6 hours with the exception of one single trade. So I don't really have any business putting any risk on at the moment until I get a clearer picture.
I mean, it would be nice if we could push away from here.
A new high would be, I'll try my thing.
Okay, Stowe, that's not going to work. Let's just say we will not make a new high at the end of the day.
Okay.
Okay.
Awpod says, pretty crazy overnight rip on a headline that was essentially always going to get reversed. That's dangerous thinking, my friend. You don't want to say that always word, because occasionally headlines don't get reversed and they continue. I don't know if you remember the good time to buy candle, but that thing didn't get reversed for what, like 2 weeks?
Yeah. I mean, did we ever go retest those lows?
I don't know.
That
was 9,000 years ago.
Looks like I'm going to get stopped out on this. I'll take my lick. Oh, maybe not.
Maybe not. Oh, they're piling in now. See, I kind of like that. Try one. I'll get in with you. No, hope I don't jinx your trade.
Oh, jeez, Stowe.
Sorry in advance.
Friendly fire!
No. We're in the same.
Yeah, we're in the same trade.
We're
It's
in the
not
same
fire.
trade, which is even worse for Leo.
This is a team long.
Yeah. Hey, we got one. I'm going to take 2. This is how you start climbing out of a drawdown, folks. One trade at a time. And it helps if you're just tailing your friend. I accidentally tailed XY on that trade yesterday. That thing was insane. Did you see that short he grabbed? It was beautiful.
I was watching it from my couch. I wasn't at the screens.
That's a good place.
Banger of a trade, though.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Stowe's self-awareness hour. That's kind of like every hour, unfortunately. My poor friends. He got this 357 guy just absorbed 150 lots. That's not awesome. We're rejecting the weak pivot. Job, are you in the chat? Can you move that pivot? Yeah, DC lifestyle. Sure. I can walk you through this trade. What's going on right now is this is the just got stopped. Here's a fun thing that
I felt like a flush just to get me out.
Yeah, I mean NQ didn't trade it, but MNQ did. Well, I can't talk about the trade anymore because I'm not in it. But the idea was, we've been absorbing into this previous day low, which is right here. Great.
I jump back in.
I'm gonna try to as well. What time is it? 3:15. Okay, just making sure the turn isn't gonna smash us in the face. Yeah, so it's just absorbing into this. We're just leaning on this bid offer that was also this brief resistance down here when we came down and tested this low. So I'd like to see it get going though. Kind of stacking the bid a little bit, chasing it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what sucks about that that stupid bracket is it messes with my pattern recognition when I'm trying to see pulling and stacking. I don't know if you notice that for yourself too. Yeah, so much absorption. Leo, Job said he's going to move the weekly pivot for us. He just needs to make a phone call.
Oh, okay, cool. Yep. I mean, surely we can get going, right? Like we're just gonna trade this from these 48s to 60s for the rest of the session.
That's what I'm not stoked on is we're kind of like we're rejecting the value area low, and we've now made this dumb node.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Ryan says we're gonna get going lower, so that's good for our trade.
Sweet. Thanks, Ryan.
Oh, Jeff says we're gonna rip it into the close, so now we have a vote on either side here.
Jeff, Ryan. I'm going with Jeff.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Jeff, and I'm gonna take. Let's see. Take one there. Punch through this little LVN. Just cover one into that.
That's what we need. Come on, baby.
Right here, this little notch.
Ryan says never trust Jeff. Shots fired.
Wow. Jeff. All right. Do you guys know each other?
Oh, no.
Okay. Wild now agrees with Jeff. Okay.
Perhaps our production team could put up a quick poll and we can.
I like Jeff. I'm with Team Jeff. Can we go Team Jeff, Team Ryan? Team Jeff. All right.
Through this previous day close monster.
I'm gonna bet on this going left. That's very bullish, Kane.
Oh, Kane's around. Hey, bud.
Up and to the left is very bullish.
That's fun. Feels good to laugh. I'll take one beer too.
His name is Jeff, and he's bullish.
Oh, Kane's long too. 349. Nice. All right, we're all in the same dumb trade. Nothing can go wrong now, right?
No.
My name is Jeff.
My name is Jeff.
That's a good soundbite.
All right.
Kane, you don't have to be out. My entry is slightly worse than yours, if that makes you feel any better.
Where are we going? We're going up. There's buyers. We can't make new lows. Even the little news dumpy, whatever that was, couldn't take out the lows.
That little guy.
There's a lot of buyers now. They're piling in. All the Jeffs are in the tape. Kane, you didn't go? Are you still long? You're out?
Kane's out. He didn't like that we are all in the same trade.
Nick can't turn left.
I don't blame him,
But
honestly.
Nick, can you do blue steel?
All right, let this dumb view out from that high now. Come on, baby. Kane lied, he added. Kane, I'm going to report this comment for fraud.
Oh my goodness. That's a good one. Oh, you added more when Stowe got long? What's the reason for that?
Bold strategy.
My trade wasn't good enough for you?
I think variance has got to start taking a break on me today at some point. So maybe that was it. Maybe Kane was just playing the long game. I've been wrong all day. I've got to get one right, maybe at the end.
You can't fade Stowe, but you fade me?
R. Crawford didn't have a question. R. Crawford, 1030. What was your question, bud? I'd love to answer it, whatever it is. And also, you don't have to like the thing if you don't want to, but I don't want to make anybody do anything that makes them uncomfortable.
We're all long. Yeah. We are. Kane, you literally are watching our screens. How can you not know I'm long? We're
Maybe
only
it's just
fading the guy that said we're only fading Ryan.
Oh, poor Ryan. Yeah, Young Bleezy, I did hit that 150 point short earlier in the stream. And then I gave it all back, plus a ton more trying to stay short. Like an idiot. So I traded very, very, very poorly today.
There's a lot of absorption right here at 400.
I know,
Again.
this dumb thing. It's that stupid VWAP too.
I think I'm gonna take a couple, maybe. Trim it down to 4.
That dude that said he didn't want to. I didn't answer his question.
Zach,
Oh,
we
is.
are manipulating the markets. Yes.
R. Crawford. Yes, this my is a it's a real money account, and next week I'll show you how much money I lost in it.
That's Monday.
I think so.
We're gonna have a watch party.
That seems a little morbid. I'll have to stay up all night Sunday to try to make it all back. That works, right?
Kane said Stowe's trading monopoly money. Don't be fooled.
That's right.
All right, where are we going? Park Place?
I was always a Baltic guy, you know.
Oh, the cheapskate. Okay.
Yeah, you know, I mean, it's
what is your strategy when you play Monopoly with your family? Like, I want to hear when you sit down to play Monopoly, you play, what's your strategy there?
Well, I asked my sisters to like go get me a soda and stuff, and then I steal money from the banker.
Okay, so you admit to stealing from the bank.
Yeah. That's part of the game.
Okay.
It's in the rules. As long as I don't get caught, you know, all's fair.
Which rule book do you have?
It's it. I'm telling you, man, if you look it up, you can steal from the banker. You just can't get caught.
I'm going to take one here at 400 again. Are they going unless they're going to?
That's right, XY. I play to win.
Come on, man. Fill it. Okay. All right. So like honestly, I play to dominate no matter what. I played with, you know, the little ones, the wife. I go for the guts, the glory. So I buy up every property I can. I try to negotiate to buy other people out.
Yeah.
And I just get one house on one, get 2, 3, and then get your hotels, and then when it's all said and done, like you can't roll the dice because I've got all the hotels.
Actually, I do have a thing that I do. My mom really likes to have the railroads for some reason. I don't know why.
I never understood that. I don't buy railroads. I don't buy the other what are the other ones? The little, like, you have to roll the
Like the
dice and
electric
then do the
company,
math
the
thing. Yeah,
utilities.
yeah,
Yeah.
right. I don't buy
So,
utilities, Baltics, the purples. I don't buy Park Place either. I don't buy the blues at the end.
no,
But I'll
that's
buy
crazy.
everything else.
Okay. The yellows are pretty good. I think like Indiana Avenue, I think is
Yeah.
one of those.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's Reds. Indiana's
Oh,
red.
Reds. Okay. But no, my strategy is I buy the railroads so I can later trick my mom into trading me actual good cards for the railroad cards that she wants.
Oh, right.
So I'm
That
doing a little manipulation.
that's a
there.
good idea. Manipulation. Builds character for the kids, yes. And then you take them outside and beat them 100-0 in basketball. Exactly. You have to show your domination.
I think one of the greatest parenting things ever said was, "I brought you into this world, and I can take you out." And that's kind of how I operate my entire parenting philosophy. Really.
Oh man, I thought we were gonna press up a little faster than this. Well, so when I was growing up, like we had Nintendo, we had Sega, we had like that was kind of younger years, I guess.
Sure.
I'm actually gonna trim down to 2 here. So when I was growing up, my dad wasn't a gamer. Like he didn't know how to play games,
Mm.
and so he couldn't beat me in any type of game. But
Ooh, sick.
now,
Okay.
but now, like my kids don't even stand a chance right at the current moment. I can't wait till my son gets into Xbox and he wants to play me in Tiger Woods PGA Tour.
Ooh, yeah, that's gonna be awesome. That's gonna be a good day. My kid does she can do some of the Tiger Woods stuff. It's still pretty hard. She gets some good swings off sometimes. The really fun one is she can she's getting good with just the hitting part of the baseball game, because that's my favorite video game to play is the show. And so she'll get in front of me and I'll control the aim, and then she hits X when it's time. So and she's doing pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a fun time.
Do you think he's going to wait to play golf of all games? Yeah. Right now he plays Minecraft. But like there's no winning in Minecraft. You just play, like you just go around and do things. I mean, he's also only 6.
You just build stuff, right?
Yeah, he just builds stuff. Yep.
Your kid's 6? I thought he was 5.
Well, he's about to be 6. I mean, he might as well be 6.
Okay. Testing this previous day close again.
Hot Shots Golf is the greatest golfing game.
Ooh, that was an old school Xbox game.
Hot Shots. I don't think I ever played it.
I think so, right?
He might as well be paying rent soon. I agree, Kane. If I was feeling spicy, I probably would add.
I'm trying to. Yeah, I'm thinking
Lungs
about
here
the
at
spicy.
69. The spicy ad is right around here. There's just no tempo, so it's just hard to.
Yeah. I was trying to set my kid up with an allowance, in exchange for like doing some pretty simple kid chores. And this kid just goes, "I don't need money. You already give me money." And I was like, ah. So I failed. And I was like, not anymore, bud. Guess what? Gravy train left the station.
That's funny.
She's always outsmarted me like that, though.
Here's your ad.
That's what I appreciate about her. I just want to get above the previous day close. I got one more on. Now the pivot's on our side, too.
Ryan said, "Don't do it.
Don't do it. Yeah, I mean, Ryan could be right. Who knows?
He's just talking his book.
Man, I hate this dumb 10-point bracket.
Yeah.
Can we fire this person? Can we call the
I
cops?
think, yeah, certainly.
Jim, if you're listening, can you call the cops on this 10-point NQ bracket robot, please? It's
I
driving
bet
me
you-
insane. I can't read.
I
I
added-
can't read the tape.
I bought 2 more.
2
This
more.
is good enough. Yep.
All right. Okay, thank you.
2
Jim's on it.
reasons to buy that ad was that LVN per day close test, and Ryan said don't do it. So I wanted to make sure.
Value area low also. We had all kinds of stuff going on.
Yeah, lots of reasons to look for that entry. And we're counter Ryan trading today. I mean, the chat voted for it. It was
Ryan.
Team Jeff.
My name is Jeff.
Sorry.
My name's Jeff.
Sorry, Ryan.
Don't worry, Ryan. He fades me too, just as much as you.
Trader Kane is short now. He's gonna need a loan.
So, all right, Ryan and Kane versus Leo Stowe and Jeff right now. Okay.
Okay.
Tomorrow I'm gonna need a loan. Ah.
30 minutes till the bell. We have no new low at L period, which that's a plus for the
Yeah, I don't think I could have
for the long column.
dealt with your stat today on top of everything else.
Yeah, that would have been annoying.
Jeff's getting scared.
Jeff scared?
Yeah, Jeff's bailing on his bias.
Jeffy, he's referring to himself in the third person,
Jeffy.
is not feeling as confident as he was 15 minutes ago.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing about confidence. It wanes.
Well, you know what? ES is just hanging out at volume point of control.
Oh, good. Great.
That's
so that blows.
That's going to give us problems. ES is at the high volume node. You're not shook, just unsatisfied, brother.
I feel like I might miss some more questions.
I often feel that way, very unsatisfied in the trades. That's the frustrating thing about trading, is that are you ever satisfied?
I don't think so. You have to find your own degrees of satisfaction to give yourself. I think, like, manufacture them mentally so you can feel good about something. I don't know. That might be a personal point of view, but yeah.
Kane said, "Don't worry, the buyers are clicking some buttons. I can hear them." Are the buyers in the room with us right now?
Did that person who said they weren't going to like the chat, and I answered their question, like the chat?
He did. He said he provided you with a like.
All right, great. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you so much. That's the currency around these parts.
Only 122 likes, and there's 651 of you. What is going on?
That's pretty good. You know what I noticed? There were
That's not good.
Over 100 people waiting. And that was, I think, the most I'd ever seen when I opened the thing to pop out the chat earlier.
Jeez, guys.
I missed this one. Stowe absolutely putting his mom in her place via utility swindling. That's right.
We can't go up because we don't have enough likes. Chat. I need all the Jeffs to like it, and then all the Ryans to stop watching. So we can go up. It literally, yes, is just sitting on VBOC.
What are you going to close at 380? This is annoying.
Guess the close. Where are we going to close? We're at yesterday's close right now, basically.
Yeah.
I'm guessing we either close right here, 380, or we close up here, and just kind of magnetize ourselves up to 450. I don't hate either scenario. I mean, yeah, I don't get to, get bangers on some of these ads or anything like that, but it's not the worst thing in the world.
I mean, that low is pretty good. I don't.
New high a day. Chat.
Yeah.
Okay, we're not going to get a new high a day.
Okay.
We can rule that out, but I think we can logically see a 450. Maybe we squeeze the ES shorts out. ES is putting settlement at 59.15 or else. Or else what, Joel? All right, we got some likes up. 100 likes in the last 5 minutes. That's bullish.
Oh, wow. There you go. So telling them about it really does work, huh? Okay.
I think so.
Okay.
You have to tell them about the gorilla in the room, the monkey in the room.
I just feel like it's, a little redundant, but
I heard you earlier, like, hey, if you kind of like, are you enjoying it? You can like the chat. You can like it.
is this your Stowe impression? Are you doing a Stowe impression?
Oh, can you take me higher? That was
actually
impression.
very close. That was very close.
Can you take me higher?
Now you got a little
sing it.
Yeah. I think that your first one was good. That second one got a little like Cookie Monster-y, honestly.
Oh, okay. Shab's getting concerned. Okay, I'll dial it down.
That's right. The boss is in the chat.
Don't quit your day job. Don't worry. You are now a soundbite. Congrats. It's fine. I'd rather be that than milk,
Milk.
Yeah, I would rather not be that.
Yep. Yeah, that was a tricky one. They drop that I get regerts one all the time on when I'm not even on here. They sent that one at XY yesterday. Oh,
Jeez. We are just stuck here it's so criminal to close it at yesterday's close.
yeah.
Like, come on.
Tommy is here, asks, is everyone here planning on spending their entire summer staring at candles 8 hours a day? Probably. I don't know. Don't you like looking at candles? That's kind of my thing. This is what I like to do.
I don't do it for 8 hours a day though.
No, that's crazy. I also touch the grass. In the summertime, I do most of my grass touching in the morning time before it gets too hot. So I can
Kane stares at candles 16 hours a day.
That's fair.
I'm gonna call BS on that.
I wonder if Kane, what's it like to trade in that time zone like that? Do you feel like it's good to be trading like the open later in the afternoon as opposed to the morning? What's that like? I've always wondered what it'd be like to trade in a different time zone. And I'm not talking about yours, Leo, like an hour difference. That's nothing. We're basically doing the same thing.
I don't know. Trading at 9:30 Eastern time is way different than 8:30 Central time, to be honest.
You think? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because like anytime I travel to the Eastern time zone, I'm like, yo, this is so nice. 9:30? I can work out, eat breakfast, relax, like read a book, and then I don't even have to, I'm not even done, by the time I'm done with all of that, I still can just hang out. And then, just kind of start trading.
No, Gary, I'm not talking about that kind of grass.
I like being more awake. That's for sure.
No, Chris has to wake up at 6:30 a.m. That's fair. Yeah, I wouldn't want to do that.
Well, Chris, honestly, you just live in the wrong time zone. It's like that's poor selection on your part.
Well, they got the sunshine tax and stuff too. I mean, those California folks, they're really married to it. Leo, why won't price move, dude? What's happening?
The market makers are watching the NinjaTrader live stream.
Well, I hope they at least like it, so we can get those likes up while they're in here, ruining our time.
Trust me, I'll go full influencer mode if you want me to.
It would help.
Whoa, Kane's here.
JD Florida Man, the sunshine tax is apparently the high cost of everything that people in California pay just for living there and enjoying their time.
I think what you had to do is just complain about how bad the price action was, and the market started moving.
I'm gonna take another one at 400 again, just because I think this is silly.
I'm with you.
I only put one on at 373, so I'll just take it up there. They're gonna let me get to it.
I'm just gonna mark it out too. So now I have 2 left from 75.
Faded Firmament says, "Come to Dubai. There's no tax on the sunshine." My friend, I watched somebody fry
Dubai
an
is
egg
just like 200
outside.
degrees outside 24/7.
Yeah,
no thanks.
No, thank you. I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm pretty pale. I would probably turn into a complete lobster boy out there.
Have you seen Stowe's skin? Stowe would become bacon.
I'm in the wrong time zone. Actually, I should live in England with Kane. That's my heritage. I'm built for cloudy conditions.
Is it cloudy in the UK like a lot?
I think so.
Is that the situation?
Does it rain there all the time?
Somebody tell us.
It's 50 degrees Celsius right now. So Kane's trying to make me do metric math, which is a trap because in America, we don't recognize the metric system.
You get 12 hours of summer. Okay. Joel, are you in the UK? Jole, Joel? We are brothers. He's always lived in the UK and I've always lived in the US. Is there a problem with that?
I can't wait to see the movie about your life story where you guys got separated at birth and then eventually found yourselves on a weird trading show together.
Okay, Joel's in the UK. Nice.
That's
that
cool.
Michael Anthony guy, he's always pumping some random stock. I love it. He's very dedicated.
Nope, deleted. Ha! That's right.
Bye-bye.
Compliance, son.
Bye-bye.
Recognize.
That's a great question. Have you ever seen me and Kane in the same room? No, you haven't.
Kane had a bigger beard than you on Wednesday though. So I guess are you constantly adjusting your facial hair to confuse people too? Shoot, maybe that is what you're doing.
Yeah, I did trim up this weekend. So
all right.
Kane went full on no trimming and I cleaned up.
Okay. I don't know what these psychos are going to do in the algo. I don't want to be stopped. Yeah, Jeff, you got to just, embrace the likelihood that you're going to get stopped if you're trying to do that algo business.
Oh, we're getting close, huh? 5 minutes.
5 minutes, yeah.
Okay, there's 700 of you and 259 likes. That's
700. That's great.
There's a problem. Kane, get in the chat, bro. Come on. When I saw Leo the first time, I thought it was Kane. When I saw Kane the first time, I thought it was Leo.
Ugh. Yeah, Kane, please slap the bid. If you could
Slap
come,
the like button.
yeah, also slap
It's
that too.
free. It's risk free. You don't get stopped out. You know, it's generating good vibes.
Well, you do get stopped out if you say something that's not allowed in the chat. So there is
Like that Michael guy.
Savannah's back there.
Slap the bass. Hey, slap the bass.
I thought the cat was Stowe the first stream. No. Also, the cat's not here and he doesn't care. My kid got home, so he's doing more important things right now.
Does your cat socialize like a dog?
Yeah, they are both like dogs.
Oh wow. Mike, every time I've had a cat, they're kind of rude. They don't talk to anybody.
Nope. These dudes they love everybody. Like when people come over, they go right up to them. They flop on their bellies. Like they're just like dogs. It's very weird.
Huh.
It's super weird. They are wonderful boys.
My
very
best
lucky.
friend tells me never to trust anybody that has a cat, and I had to make an exception for you.
Well, that sounds like I'm happy to be the exception to the rule. Although I've never
Buyers are buying right now.
I feel like I'm going to be seeing this 10-point bracket in my sleep, dude.
Yeah, it's really annoying.
Ugh. I think Jim was supposed to call the cops on this guy an hour ago.
If we get above this weak mid right here at 408, right here, 408.
Yeah, we're coming up against all this other crap. I hate to look left because it just reminds me of how bad of a day I did, though. So let's just tuck that back there.
It didn't happen if you can't see it.
That's right. Just like you can remove levels from your chart, you can also, just ignore the bad trades that you took.
I'm going to go ahead and trim one now. 405. So I got one left.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Oh, thanks, chat.
I still got two.
All right, Ryan, it's your time. Your time to shine.
This thing's going to nuke like 400 points. Ryan's going to come out.
That's great.
Like Stone Cold.
We all win. We all win. We all win. We got our rally. Ryan gets his dump. Team Jeff wins. Team Ryan wins.
I like that.
Like this Delta flip has got me bullish.
But Kane, are you just saying words?
He's just saying words. Yeah. It'd be like if I got in there, it's like, okay, so we got this SMC, SMT, ABT,
CBD.
Yeah, I was super confused.
All right, now we're up against the dumb level. Now I'll trim. Now I'm down to one.
Well done.
Small miracle. Got a little redemption there. Yeah, 450 is the plan, homie. But I don't know if they're going to do it. I got to tuck this up here. Where was that previously closed? I guess right here, 72. Okay.
Kane's going to tell us when it's algo time. I'm just going to stay in the trade, and if I get stopped out at 65, that's fine.
You got 65. I got 63.
All right. Well, maybe you get saved. I get stopped out. You get to keep it. You stay in your trade. I don't know. It definitely seems like it's a rally into those 450s. You know, kind of wants to go up there.
It's doing something. I mean, it's spent 9,000 years down here.
If you can't make new lows,
you got to go back to value.
You got to go up.
The 5-day point of control is 455 also. So I can't believe we're back in
Let's
this
see what
this balance
the
again.
high time frame. Oh yeah, look at this.
Attention
See?
traders.
Yeah.
It's algo time.
It's a huge node right there at 450. I just looked at the high time frame chart.
Yep. Weekly VWAP, all the things.
There we go.
Woohoo!
Got it.
Yahtzee.
I'm gonna take out. So I'm out of that. I'll take the Panther. You guys should really find a tiger though. It's kind of
How do you know it's not? How in the world did you know it was a
I'm
panther?
a tiger, Stowe.
Okay, well, what's the difference in roars?
I guess you haven't heard enough tiger roars to not know a tiger roar.
I guess not.
All right. Well, we got our rally into 450.
Yes, we did.
And cover well, kind of short, 447, but good comeback, Stowe.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks, Kane. Thanks for being in the chat.
Yeah, thanks, Omi.
Team Jeff, you
Hey, good job, Jeff. Everybody give it up. Everybody in the chat, give it up for Jeff. True believer. Off. Good job, Jeff.
Jeff is in the chat. My name is Jeff.
My name is Jeff.
I don't know how you guys found that so quick. I love it when I take my last runner off and the market goes the other direction. That just makes me feel fantastic.
Well, I didn't take my runner off, so I don't.
Oh, you didn't?
I'm not a super big fan of that.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
I told you where to cover and you didn't listen. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, man. If you're going to tail my trade, you at least.
Okay, hold on. I don't think I was tailing your trade. I think.
What were you? You weren't tailing my trade?
No. I got into that trade just
Chat,
like,
was Stowe not tailing my trade?
Just because the trade.
He said it out loud. He said, "I'm tailing your trade."
I don't remember that.
Kane.
Savannah, if you could edit that part where I said I'm trading swiftly, just snip that. Thank you. Do a little snip.
We can't do snip.
Snip. Thank you. Brian, Stowe's going to add for 150-point ripper post close. No, he's not.
What would rip the market?
Yeah, what would
close?
happen? Yeah, I don't know. We're just.
Stowe actually texted me saying, "I'm going to long. Here's the signal." So I think it was his idea. That's so fake.
See?
So fake.
Not too bad. We'll see. We'll see what we can do tomorrow. Get back on that horse. Yeah, you don't take a break either when you've had a bad day, right? You just keep partying.
I trade through any type of drawdown. That's always how I've done it. I slow down, I take time to be a little more thoughtful, but yeah, I'll trade through any type of rough patch, I would say.
Yep.
Look at that. We covered right into weekly VWAP, and guess what happened? It went down.
It sure did.
I love it when it happens that way because it's like you didn't nail the end. Like we took probably a couple longs that we scaled out of.
Yeah.
Had to kind of fight for the actual trade that went. But I just think it's fantastic when you cover your position and the market, goes the other way. It's like
I'm pretty wiggly down here.
Weekly VWAP is right there at 440 at that 452.
Yeah. It's yeah, interesting. Came down, checked the previous day close again.
What's up, Jim?
Yo.
Jim.
Yo.
What's going on?
Afternoon, buddy.
I think Leo would trade through a drawdown while chasing a tornado at the same time.
Leo,
I
does he
don't.
know that about you? About your tornado stuff?
Oh,
Yeah, I sent him the
Okay.
video of the storm chasing.
Sick.
Wow, look at that go.
So they're
Yeah,
gonna close it at 480, like we talked about, or 380, whatever that was. Yeah, 380.
I don't know. They test the previous day close again, and then probably gonna close it at 400 because who knows?
Closing it at yesterday's close is such a classic move.
Yeah, nothing makes me feel like a complete maniac when that happens. It's just like, okay. So you're saying I could have just sold naked iron condors and done something else with these 8 hours? Okay. Jim, do you have any advice about selling unhedged iron condors on NQ?
Oh, well, I have some experience.
Okay, cool.
It's not good.
Okay. Did you get any pennies before you got steamrolled?
Don't forget, iron condors, you have 4 options positions you have to unwind when it's time to get out of the trade.
Oh, yes, certainly.
And that bid-ask spread is not favorable to you when you try to do it, and it's not pretty.
Yep. That strategy looks a lot better on paper.
Yeah.
But brokers love it because that's eight legs of commission.
Yeah, it's good, especially if you're charging a decent commission fee. Yeah, we had a CTA actually come through our doors back in the day, asked us to sell their thing, and so we opened up accounts with them just to see how it went. And then I lasted a month. I'm like, nope, I don't want to do this anymore. And sure enough, 6 months later, they blew out.
Oh man.
And now I had pissed off customers calling me.
I was promised free passive income.
And these guys were like physics PhDs or something from Stanford. It was the craziest thing.
Well, smart guys usually have the stupidest ideas, Jim. I found that to be true.
Something to be said about that.
Yeah. I don't know. Should I close this? I can't close it now.
I can't tell you what to do because when I do, you say that I didn't tell you what to do. And then when I don't, you tell me that I should have told you what to do.
Right.
So it's like, how do I win? I don't.
That's right. I got you in one of those.
You tailed my trades and then you said it wasn't you tailing my trades. I mean, it's your trade now.
It's important to put your friends in lose-lose situations whenever possible. And that's what I like. That's what
you got to channel your inner pit bull right now, and just nothing's going to stop you now.
I'm worried 420 might stop me though. Is there any earnings after the bell? Is there anything weird? Nvidia just came out of nowhere yesterday, right? What else is going on?
Let's find out.
It feels like tech earnings happen every 2 weeks. Is that true?
Well, Nvidia is just like 2 or 3 weeks after all the big ones.
Oh, okay. So we just didn't do theirs.
We
did just do tech earnings. No. I had no idea.
Okay, like when I say don't pay attention to like the big macro picture and the earnings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't mean literally don't even have a clue about it, Stowe.
Oh.
I mean, you should at least know, hey, NVIDIA earnings is today after the bell.
Well, I was taking that extremely literally.
Dude, the chat's got this covered for you, man. I single-handedly support the stock with my purchases. Costco coming out.
Oh, nice.
Costco.
I don't think there's
as well,
any Costco in NQ.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not lost on me that Costco really spells out cost company.
Every time I go in there, I walk out with a new pair of sweatpants, though. So, I mean, it's a good place to go. It's the first thing I get. I'm like, oh, yeah, sweatpants. Sold.
I walk out with a gadget that I'll use once that I think is super cool and I'll never use it again. Like my gutter extension clean out tool. I used it once and that was it.
Jim, you're the best. You're cleaning your own gutters. See, Leo, this is why Jim's cool.
Do you know my friend recently, we've had this debate about do you mow your own yard? Do you pay someone to mow it? And I'm a big proponent of, my time is important. I don't want to mow my own yard, so I pay people to mow it, right? It's not very expensive. It's only 3 months out of the year, kind of, whatever. And my friend recently ran over his phone and on his lawnmower and had to go buy a new phone. So I'm thinking, all right, I'm winning this battle because, lawnmower you have to buy every 2 or 3 years, maybe a weed eater, all the time you spent. And now you just spent $1,000 on a new phone. I'm doing pretty good, for 120 or, $200 a year. It's going to take me a long time to catch up to him.
No, but a lot of successful entrepreneurs, I can't say that word.
Entrepreneurs.
Yeah, they say, listen, you focus on your business, hire people to do stuff that just waste your time, that like mowing the grass, have a cleaning crew come in your house, do that for you. That's a thing I've heard time and time again from some successful folks.
It's just I don't have time for it.
I love it. It takes me like 3 hours too. I'm out there forever.
That's so weird.
Yeah,
no, it's not. I like it too. But when I'm on the ladder, my wife's like, "Get off the ladder! This is the number one cause of death for 60-year-olds is falling off the ladder."
Oh, that's funny.
JD said, "I need someone to trade for me." Yeah. Good luck with that, brother.
Oh my goodness.
It's good. I get like 10,000 steps in when I'm cutting the grass.
Well, that's actually a plus. Like I could buy that argument that it's worth it for the steps. Yeah. But when it's 105 degrees here and in the brutal
insane.
Parts of the summer, it's like I just don't want to be outside.
Nah, I'm with that. That's fine. That doesn't happen here.
All right, you guys. Well, listen, you went overtime today. I appreciate it. Still double duty. You guys were awesome as usual. Appreciate you being with us.
Thank you, Jim.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
I do want to quickly, before we wrap it up, I just want to share a chart, something I found kind of interesting. Mission Control, if we could just pop up my chart really quickly before we all say goodbye together, that would be awesome. Thank you. That's not the chart I want to share. My bad. That's my experimental chart. Ignore that one. So we're in the September Treasury bonds. Let me get that right. Yeah. And so I know we rolled over, so we have a little bit of rollover price difference, but we did kind of press out of this downward trend channel today, kind of dominantly. We have an outside bar that developed in bonds. Buyers came in pretty strong, and then a couple of areas of interest. One, that 38% retracement from the highs when this trend channel started. We did wick to it, which is very encouraging for the bulls. And then I have a long-term area of support here, right around that 113 even level, give or take a couple ticks. And a lot of times, and I learned this from Jack Bros, support becomes resistance. So I drag that rectangle all the way over there on a daily chart, and we'll see if we could pop on through this or not. We're just right up to that 21 EMA. And then lastly, the stochastics are moving up nicely, and yields are sub 5% in this market. So I'm going to have my eyes on this tomorrow to see if we get some continuation buying or if this is just a one-off anomaly.
Sweet.
That's interesting because they've been under pressure for quite a long time, right?
Oh, yeah. You could see the left hand of my chart. It was falling out of bed for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So
interesting.
In any event, thanks again, guys. Appreciate you guys being here for sure. We're going to wait. This is your Friday, right? You guys are not going to be around tomorrow.
I don't have to come back till Monday.
Woo!
All right. And then how about you, Stowe? When are you coming back?
Yeah, Monday too. Monday morning.
Awesome.
I'll be on at 11. Maybe a little earlier. I think Mondays I take over for Tanya, and we didn't do that this week, so that's why I didn't get to do my Tanya switch. Okay, I was thinking
taking over.
That. No, not taking over. Like we do. We pass the baton, I guess is what I meant to say.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Takes a village, baby.
Yes, it does.
All right. Anyway, again, thanks, guys. Appreciate you for sure. And I have a great weekend, by the way. I'll be back early. We'll be back, me and Shy, anyway. along with PAX, I think tomorrow morning, Friday morning, 8 a.m. East Coast time. We're going to finish strong in the morning. Hopefully, we will see you then. In the meantime, most important message of the day, please be safe out there. Be good to each other. Thanks for coming.
See ya.
Thanks, guys.